Glyn Marsh is business manager at Filsham Valley School, a large comprehensive near Hastings. After only a year in the job, he has big ambitions for improving the school.
On the board here, there's a wish list of all the projects he'd like to see realised if the school had the money.
I've brought DCSF procurement expert Claire Dix to the school to see if she can save enough money to realise some of Glyn's dreams.
What I'd really like to do is put an allotment out here.
Just this area between the two fences?
Between the two fences, nice long stretch. We can make it nice and secure. We then get our own food produced on site into the canteen.
Then there's his vision for the canteen itself.
And welcome to the Filsham Valley dining room.
What strikes me is, for about 1,000 pupils, it's quite small, isn't it?
It's very small. Our architects left us a lovely space, and I'd really like to do either a conservatory or an extension out there. But again, money.
Glyn's already managed to find some savings to help fund his projects.
We've managed to save little bits of money in lots of places. One of our best achievements was employing 4 cover supervisors, which has saved quite a lot on the supply teacher costs. We've managed to make good savings on a waste management programme.
How did you do that?
New bursar came in, she started looking around, did a comparison. We've managed to save about £5,000 in a financial year. So
pretty good.
Quite significant. I think it's the regular review thing that we need to do to make sure we are paying the right money.
Any other areas where you think there's potential to save money?
Not only save money but also increase revenue would be our catering operation, I think.
The catering operation is a bit of a headache for Glyn. For a start, he's losing money on the vending machine because of the low volume of sales.
We've got a vending machine in our sixth form common room. It's actually costing us about £2,000 a year because of the very small number in the sixth form.
But the big issue is the canteen itself.
So how is your catering organised?
We actually use an outside catering contractor, Claire, but the problem I've got with the contract is that all the financial responsibility lies with the school.
Yeah.
We maintain all the equipment, we provide all the cutlery, all the plates. We've just brought a new scrubbing machine for the kitchen, which is about £1,400.
So that isn't the supplier's
Nope.
responsibility?
That's come totally out of the school budget.
On top of that, he spends a lot of time managing the canteen operation.
Sorry, Ashley, you want to go by? There you go. The area management is quite distant. I'm coming in most days into here for one or both of the breaks. I'm making suggestions on room layout. I've made suggestions on the packaging, on the meal, and I just feel, I keep at saying, well, you're the expert, you tell me how to do it.
How much time would you say you spend on average doing this kind of management and monitoring and supervising?
I would say probably 3/4 to a whole day a week.
And Glyn has regular meetings with students when they report any issues they have with the catering.
The prices of salads and everything have gone up, and so is the price of water. We're having to pay £1 just for a small bottle of water, and it's ridiculous.
I know that buying water sticks in my throat. Have they been putting water jugs out? Because what I've been asked...
3.
One of my main bugbears is, I know in the government regulations that we have to have free water available. As I said, when I have a meeting with the students, it's one of the things we discuss quite often. So I've asked for water jugs of water to be put out on the tables. And it's, they're not out today, can you make sure they go? And it's that constant badgering to get what I would call a very basic level of service. I should be just saying, thank you very much for increasing sales. That's going to benefit school budget. Which at the moment it doesn't appear that it is.
No.
And Glyn's actually paying a management fee.
We pay £11,000 for a management fee, which is about 8% of the sales.
So does that cover everything?
Unfortunately not. When I took the contract over, the contract was running when I arrived. Because the projected sales that they brought in weren't up to what they said they would be, and there was a loss on the contract, which was about £8,000. I negotiated with the contractor that I would offer a capped subsidy of £3,000.
How long does the contract with the catering company run?
It's got about another 2 years left to run.
Glyn's problem is that the terms of the catering contract don't allow him to implement the standards and level of service he'd like to see.
I would like the operation here to be like a cafe in Hastings, not like a school dining room.
So, Claire, what do you reckon? Any room for savings, do you think?
Hopefully, yes. I think we definitely need to focus on the catering operation. Most contracts of this nature really should be looking at making a profit and the school being able to take a share in that profit, or at a minimum break even.
Well, while we go off to do our research, here's our cautionary tale.
A primary school had new interactive whiteboards. To use with them, they decided to buy 5 brand new laptops. A governor said he could get them a really good deal on laptops, so an order was placed. When they were set up, it turned out they were too low spec to use with the whiteboards. Because it was a cash deal, they couldn't get the money back and had to buy 5 more laptops, this time with the correct specification. So, when you buy any new equipment, make sure you check the spec.
When the catering contract at Filsham Valley School runs out, Glyn has a couple of options.
He could issue a revised specification and put it out to tender to other providers, though he must include the existing contractor.
But that won't give him the total control he really needs in order to realise his vision for the canteen.
His second option is to take the catering in-house, but it's a big step involving regulations about the transfer of staff and about nutritional standards. Glyn's very uncertain about it, so we organised a visit to a nearby school which has done just that. Warden Park School in West Sussex brought its catering in-house 3 years ago.
Colin.
Hello, Glyn. Nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much for your time.
Right, should we go and have a...
Colin Granland is the business manager at Warden Park, and Neil Stedman is the school's catering manager. He had this role when the catering was contracted out.
So what was the main driver from going from a contract to in-house?
I think the key thing was quality, providing healthy, balanced food that children want to eat, controlling it so it can be managed, and we as a school can actually control what we're delivering here. And what were the other factors, Neil?
Well, it reduced my costs considerably.
Really?
From being in a contract situation to the fact that I could actually go out, source my own suppliers, control the quality of the produce, and the produce is top quality.
So you hadn't even thought about going to a different contractor?
I think the entrepreneurial ethos here is very much, if we can do it ourselves and manage it and control it, that's what we want to do.
So were any problems, Neil?
I didn't really have any major problems at the time. I had a good team, luckily, at the time.
Many who are still here.
Many who are still here. Retention was very important, and one important factor was making them feel valued. So they did have enhanced packages in switching over.
The school spent about 8 months planning the catering changeover, drawing up a detailed business case to present to the Board of Governors and to County. With their approval, the newly branded catering operation, Parks, was successfully launched.
So what do you think of the top 3 things here about catering at Parks?
Special prices, free fruit.
Yeah, good deals is everything.
Good deals. I love a great bargain.
There's quite a lot of choice.
There's a lot
like
of choice.
vegetarian option.
Yeah.
And like healthy eating options as well. Like you don't have to have hot food, you can have sandwiches and stuff.
They have like themed days, like there might be a Chinese day or an Indian day with that type of cuisine, and that brings in people that want to try different foods. So,
And the school is actually making money on the catering.
What we aim to do in this financial year is make a contribution of about 20,000, which goes back in to developing the school, rather than providing it to a contractor to take it away and say, thank you very much.
I've got my new company car, yeah. I seem to spend a heck of a lot of my time, Colin, doing operational management. From what I'm hearing, Neil's doing a lot of that, and you're saying thank you very much.
I think my role is more strategic. Neil is the catering manager. He's managing the unit. I'm helping him to maximise the performance.
This is music to my ears.
After his visit to Warden Park School, Glyn has a lot to think about. Meanwhile, Claire's done some research on vending machines, and she's found a better deal for Glyn on waste disposal through his local consortium. Consortia can usually offer lower prices because they buy in bulk. But now for our top tip.
In Instead of dealing with piles of dinner money, Warden Park School introduced a lunch card 3 years ago. Students pay for meals using cards which are electronically topped up with money sent in by parents.
We actually have a software package that comes with the system, so that when the parents send in cheques, we can enter them directly onto our system, and the money is automatically credited to the students' cards. And one of the big benefits for the parents is that they know that money has gone on the school dinner.
It saves students time at the till, and it saves the catering manager huge amounts of time.
I used to spend 2.5 hours a day in the afternoon cashing up every day, and keeping that money on site was always a risk.
It's very convenient because I don't have to carry any loose change around.
It stops people maybe stealing money, and the lunch card also doubles up as a library card.
Before the cards were introduced, I think it's a lot slower, so the process of getting through the canteen. Now people can get their food quicker, get down to eat, and then get out to do whatever they want to do at lunchtimes.
So think about saving time and money by investing in a cashless catering system. Back at Filsham Valley School, we're here to tell Glyn about the savings he can make.
Our research shows that your vending machine really shouldn't be running at a loss, and you should be able to at least cover your costs or run it at a little bit of a profit. But I'll probably suggest moving it. It's not really getting the audience that it possibly could, being in the sixth form common room. But you can also look at actually the healthy vending options.
So instead of chocolate and crisps, you could have what?
Things like muesli bars, yoghurt drinks, fruit packs, you know, that kind of thing, even low-fat crisps. So there's many options you can put in there.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
So on that vending machine situation, if you were not running at a loss, if you could go down this route, you'd save £2,000.
And waste disposal. I know you've negotiated a much better rate than you were paying previously, but I've done a little bit of research, and actually with the same supplier you're using at the moment, under buying consortia rates that have been negotiated for the educational sector, you can save another £1,000 on possibly that same contract.
Right, oh, that sounds great.
Now, having visited Warden Park School, are you considering bringing your catering contract in-house at all?
A very serious option that I want to look at. Very impressed with what I saw, and I think there's some things that we can definitely do. Yes, it will save financially, but also it'll give a greater level of control. We can have my vision of the cafe in Hastings that people want to come to.
Great.
But if you're going to bring the catering in-house, you really do have to plan it very well and actually create a business case that you need to put before your Board of Governors, actually showing that you have looked at all the benefits, and then you also need to consider TUPE employment regulations and that kind of thing. So there's a lot that you have to really put down and make sure, and it can all be brought together in your business case.
And of course, if you were to go down that road, you've got potential savings of £11,000 on the management fee. If it's run properly, you shouldn't be making a loss. That's another £3,000. So that's £14,000 already.
Plus, there's the potential to make a significant profit on catering.
You could save £2,000 on the vending machine, because you shouldn't be making a loss there, and a further £1,000 on waste disposal. That gives you a total of £17,000.
Thank you very much.
That's quite a saving. What would you spend it on?
The allotment for a start off, but with that amount of money, we can actually do quite a few more projects that I've been looking at doing for some time. So that would make a heck of a difference.